Hello everyone, this is Defense Politics Asia, and this is the quick update over here at the Kreminna Front. So in case you do not know, this is Kreminna City, and this is this verbs, and this is Liman City. So this is the Kreminna Front at this moment, because the fighting is still mainly on this this other half of this entire front line. And should it pass to the next line, I'll call this the Liman Front. Anyway, the Russian forces is now on the massive offensive, and this offensive is now sustained. That means the offensive has been continuing for days, which means that we can confirm that this is actually a proper offensive and not just a a diversionary attack or just a raid. With the Russian forces are pushing strongly from Kreminna into the Serebryanke forestry and over at the Dibrova region. They are pushing the Ukrainians back, with the Ukrainians falling back to the second line. And not just that, the Russian forces is now pushing strongly over at Yampolivka and Terny region, with the Russian forces coming from the Zherebets direction towards Terny and Yampolivka, and they're pushing this direction. And there is a geolocation over here by Deep State UA confirming that the Russian forces is indeed very near to Yampolivka. So, and there's also some updates in terms of the front line. Previously, the Ukrainians are actually this distance near to Chervonopopivka, and they have now been pushed back. As there is the latest update suggesting that the Russians have launched their offensive successfully over from the Chervonopopivka westward, and they are pushing the Ukrainians into a new line of defense. Currently still not so sure where it is, because the Ukrainians might do a more advanced withdrawal towards the river, because of the situation happening around them, with the Russians also attacking heavily near Nevske and at Nevske itself. So this is the I forgot what Gully, some valley around here. Heavy fighting is currently happening around here. So the Russians are actually pushing, and this force near to Chervonopopivka might actually get encircled if the Russians decided to do a pincer movement, which is why the Ukrainians might be withdrawing away from this region to prevent themselves from getting encircled. And further up north, there is also a massive news update, with the Russian forces actually reported by the Ukrainian Defense Ministry to be attacking Hrekivka. That means the Russian forces suddenly out of this entire tide of war, because the fighting had been around here, suddenly they are attacking through across the river into Hrekivka. Previously, attacks have been mainly focused on Makiivka. They are previously focusing and all at Ploschanka region. This was previously where it was mainly fought, with the Ukrainians holding the line. Suddenly there's this breakthrough in the north, breaking over to the other side of the river, and this fighting here might become very significant should the Russians are able to continue to stream forces out from this region, and they can actually go into the rear of Makiivka and threaten the entire front line over at Makiivka region, which may have to force the Ukrainians to actually do a withdrawal from Makiivka, or they will have to push more forces to meet these Russian forces that have broke through the river, the river that is separating the Ukrainians and the Russian side for most of this front. So anyway, this is the quick update over at the Kreminna Front, a major offensive by the Russians, and it seems like the Ukrainians are falling back. So anyway, this is a quick update from the Kreminna Front, and I'll see you in the next update.